Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone. Fournette, a first down carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And how about finding this guy without a home? Signed as a free agent this past week.
Doesn't make much sense to me. I'm not sure how you felt about it.
And he'll get him. Touchdown, Buffalo. Leonard Fournette, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. Some good running there at the end of the drive. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys, I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Well, a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Wide off play action. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Flushed out right. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. So a good catch there. I think I could see him making a lot of catches with this team. He fits well, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Anyone who can get downfield, as this guy can, and go up and catch the football, you just design plays built for him.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills are able to extend their lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to ring.
And here come the Bills. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Flush to his right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Off play action, here's White. And that one going to come up short, low throw. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game. Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a...
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first in their The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A big play here for Buffalo. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the gun, Fournette. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's how multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So here's a 3rd and 14. Inside handoff now to Fournette. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little... Throwing on first down, White, eluding the pressure right. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
A handoff to Fournette. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Tackle made by Ole Miss's Marquise Haynes. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. This is 2nd and 8. Now White. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's a give to Fournette. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. To throw on 2nd down, here's White. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Fournette is in. Touchdown, Bills.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
White looks to throw. Throw's going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now White with a first down throw. And his throws.
Tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
White on third and long. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Now, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big...
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game. White. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Here's White. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
White looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score,
the Bills ready to take over. Now White off the bootleg. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Now Leonard Fournette. 62 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. This is Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down. White, eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red end zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run to the former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. White flushed out right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, no surprise there that he got the ball. When you've got 2 touchdowns already, you're probably demanding it in your own huddle. And you can bet this defense, though, is going to be keyed in on him at this point. And they did a nice job stopping him behind the line.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Buffalo, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.